Okay. No, wait, now I have to cough. Okay. So, I'm gonna make more characters, this time in Foundry, which actually should help it go faster, because it will. I'm still gonna use a lot of PDFs, though. In fact, I should start opening those. So, my original plan was to make maps today. I've spent a bit of last night and all morning trying to figure out how to more quickly import options or images into Worldographer. It turns out what I originally thought was like a scaling thing, like this has to be scaled up this percent or something. Well, at first I thought it was you have to give a pixel ratio. So it's like, okay, normally it's 300 pixels, this one's 140. It was small. So then I thought, I mean, if you remember my streams last week, you remember me ranting or trying to figure that out. But I did figure out how to make the batch file. I just had and I actually found that old batch file that I made, which I used as a reference. And I've been using that as a jumping off point for remembering how to write a batch file. But I managed to get it to like rename all of them in the way they need to be. But they kept looking around in Worldographer. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's an inverse percent. So I did it so it's like, okay, and it needs to be scaled up to 100%. That didn't work. Then I did, oh, maybe it needs to be, maybe it is 46% of the final scale. Of the actual scale. Still didn't work. I figured out what it wants. What it wants is for you to give what percentage of a single square the width is. And this is where I ran into a problem, and I spent an hour this morning trying to figure this out. And that is how to get basically how to get... Actually, I'm an idiot. I have been spending all this time trying to write a batch file. I could probably figure this out in an hour with Python. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. At this point, I don't want to deviate from what I've already planned. I hit done on my thing, right? Hopefully. Well, it's now the right title if it wasn't before. So yeah. That's a pain, by the way, because that means I have to now scan the image for its pixel width, which I know how to do in Python, because I have... What is it I use in Python? Anyway, I have a image thing in Python that I like to use. Actually, I could look it up right now. Pillow. I didn't even have to look it up. I finally just remembered. Yeah, I use Pillow in Python. So I could probably just do some file shenanigans and get all that working because I know how to do it in Python. So why have I been working with batch scripts? I'm an idiot. Anyway, I just remembered that. Maybe we'll have that set up over before the next stream. However, if I don't, maybe I'll do it next stream. Because I didn't want to write batch files today. And when I was originally setting this up, I'm like, I could go into this writing batch files. But I don't want to do command line stuff. Because I'm always worried that something is going to be shown that I didn't mean to show. And that could be a problem. I mean, it's not a big problem because no one watches me live, and I can blur it out later. But I have to recognize it in the moment, or scan the entire video, like watch the entire video to like with a fine-tooth comb. And I don't want to spend 3 hours of my time doing that. I'm already far too busy. I have far too much to do. I still have an apartment to finish getting ready and getting set up. I still have a bunch of work at work. For as little as I work at work, I still have a bunch of work to do. I actually do work a lot. I always sell myself short. I do spend the majority of my day actually being productive. If I'm not being productive, then I'm not productive on my own stuff either. In reality, usually the big deterrent for me is pain. How much pain I'm in. Or stress. That also works to screw me over. But ever since I realized why I was so stressed on Monday, I've been a lot less stressed. Basically, that's why I didn't want to stream on Monday, is I was just like, I had this realization because I do therapy on Mondays, but I had this realization that I'm like, the reason I'm so stressed right now, the reason I'm basically on the verge of panicking is because I don't feel like I have a safety net of anyone to rely on. But that realization just reminded me, I don't actually have anyone to rely on, but I do. Hi, Blaze. Which means I have to rely on myself. It's sad, but that's my life. Here is Pathfinder. There we are. 2E. So let's mainly focus on the new books. Although, as much as I would like to make a exemplar or an animist, to do that in Foundry right now, I'd have to basically make every single feature, which I could do. It'd be kind of neat. Sorry, I'm still setting stuff up. Probably should have gotten all this open beforehand, but I literally spent until right up until the start of the stream to try and like get that batch file to work. And now I just realized on stream that I don't even need to do that. I always overcomplicate things. I get something stuck in my head, and then suddenly I realized I was going down the wrong path. Actually, that's just programming in general. How would you define programming? Thinking you're right until you realize you're wrong. Okay. Now I should be able to go here, and you should see something. Perfect. Something I'm curious about. There's a calendar feature, right? Where's the calendar feature? World clock. What's the point of pausing and unpausing if it doesn't advance the clock? I thought that'd be fun to basically make it so it's like time is actually advancing. Like, I get why it wouldn't in... I'm actually curious what happens now. If I say, like, days, and I say, like, 5 days, will it just go... like, light, dark, light, dark? No. Okay. Wait. Will it do that 5 times, or just once? Just once. That's honestly fair. I forgot to make sure my water was filled. It is almost empty. I might have to get up and do that here. Actually, I'm going to go grab my other water bottle, which is over there. I keep one water bottle over here and one water bottle by my bed. The one I keep over here I bring to work. That's basically how it goes. So I have 2 water bottles. One I leave here, one I bring to work, one I leave over here, and one I leave over there. And it's all a big thing. I'm going to go and grab that real fast. It'll take me 2 seconds. How many seconds was that? I should be held accountable. I should have looked at the start time and the end time. It was probably like 5 seconds. I'm probably a terrible person. Okay. Definitely a little manic today. I don't know why. I do not have manic depression, but sometimes I feel like I do. Sometimes I just have like, I think it's more called high pain, low pain. Maybe that's what I should I'm low on pain, so I have a lot of energy. So yeah, once I figure out how all of this stuff works, I'd like to make my own pixel art based features. So that'd be fun. So let's create an actor. Has to be a player character. Oh good, it doesn't actually go into the main thing. So I make it. So, what kind of character do I want to make today? Let's open up the good old PDF. I do have a button for that. There we go. Yeah, so this is the animist and stuff. It'd be fun to make one, but I don't have to input all, like, I'd have to literally input everything. Like, Liturgist would have to have all of these sub-features, and you'd have to link it all. And as much fun as that would be, because that would actually be a lot of fun, am I talking myself into it? No, because as much fun as that would be, I don't think I have the time. Maybe tomorrow, when I could go for 4 hours, but Saturdays I have to go for 3 at most, because I have to do discussing tabletop with Tantus afterwards, and I like to give myself an hour or 2 break. And even still, sometimes I go 4 hours, but it'll take a lot of time to make all this work. Also, I need to remember to re-upload all of my music. And this is what I mean, where it's like, I have so much to do. I have so much to do at work, I have so much to do at home. Just so much to do. I actually should start... I have a flash drive that I always bring to work, and I don't know why. Man, I'm really high energy today. Anyway, so I don't know why I don't use it more. Probably because I have to bend over and crawl on the ground to input things into my desktop, because my desktop... I should have like a... Ooh, that'd be a fun idea. Like, I could bring like I could do like an extension cord USB drive, where it's like I have... Because I do have them. And I could do it, and I can have like a little desk clamp thing, which I have little like stickum things for organizing wires. And I can make it so it like pulls up, and I can just plug the USB into there, and so that could be on my desk. That's a great idea. Man, I'm honestly, like, I cannot remember the last time I've been this manic. I am in a weird state right now. Okay, so we got the core book. So let's go for more core classes. I think it'll be good to really try and figure out synergies within a class. Then you've got synergies between classes, which is a whole nother thing. Also, I do find it interesting how Cleric basically has 2 classes built into one, because they're very different. Actually, I have the thing. which I should show. Although when I do that, I usually like to do an incognito window. You have to log in though, yeah. Interesting. Good, it's the right one. Open. Where's RPGs? Pathfinder. I think I've showed this off before. Classes. I should add a button for this. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, I think I'll pick it up right away, so I think I showed this last week. Or, yeah, last week. Yeah, the cleric, I broke down into two, because War Priest and Spellcaster get two very different things. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed. Actually, what else does the War Priest get? Because it really depends on what else they get. Find font. Okay. Domain initiate cleric feat. You get... Yeah, the War Priest gets higher fortitude saves. From the Church of Running. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. Ah, got it. So it's an inside joke with his friend group, not mine. Good to know. Good to know I wasn't just missing something completely. If I do play a cleric, then I will. But if I play... That's what I want to do. Okay, hold on. I know what we're going to build. We're going to build the dumb character idea I had. Whereas... That was the... No, Beastmaster... Where's the... Oh, that's why I'm in archetypes I wanted. Although... I'm actually curious. Didn't they already do a were creature archetype? Hold on. I need to check another book. Because if they did... Not Dark Archives, where's... Oh no, but they probably didn't, because Book of the Dead is more about undead. The Animator, Ghost, Ghoul, Lich, Mummy, Vampire, Zombie. Yeah, okay, so they did not. And that's things, and these archetypes are Exorcist, Hollow Necromancer, Soul Warden, Undead Slayer. Yeah, okay, so they just did undead stuff. Beastmaster. It's a fun, different kind of thing. Dancer. Okay, permanent unarmed claw or talon attack, such as one granted from your ancestry or a graft. They are fighting with natural claws with them into prey. So, my thought for a character is I want to do an awakened animal. I want to do a tiny awakened animal basically that's as far as the concept went. It's gonna be like a tiny ferret. Something that's normally like a familiar. It'd be actually really fun if, like, another player, like I could work with another player to be that player's familiar. I would love that. The other option was basically the swashbuckling minotaur I made. What did I name her again? Sandra Hardhoof, I think is what I named her. Yeah, Sandra Hardhoof. I'd probably do that one as another option. Basically, I wanted to play a tiny character or a large character. Just because, I don't know, both of them are fun. The thing is, playing a tiny character, the logical option is to play a spellcaster. So you actually have ranged. I could even play a ranged, like, fighter. Or a ranged, someone who shoots from range. But it would be fun to play an ankle biter, where you have to run up into their square and then bite their ankles. I need to look up, before I do anything else, it's going to be important to know how reactive strike works. A creature within your reach uses a manipulate action or a move action, makes a ranged attack or leaves a square during a move action it's using. Okay, so running in would still trigger reactive strikes. Okay, Pathfinder is still brutal in that sense, where, because it's, if you leave a square during a move action you're using, that means if you're within reach, and you move to a square, even if it's still within reach, they can still only make one. There's no way to make more than one in 2E, as far as I'm aware. Maybe there's a fighter feat? I'm actually curious, is there a fighter feat to do? Reactive shield, which is basically, yeah. Aggressive block. I'm looking for things that are either a free action, because it's either going to be a free action or a reaction. Unless you actually have to use an action to initiate it. Actually, I could see them doing that. Double slice. Yeah, you have to have 2 melee weapons, and you can make 2 strikes. I have to decide what class to make this animal. Actually, before I do that, let me also reactivate this guy. I'm not going to need much chrome today. So ancestry is going to be awakened animal. Tiny. Heritage. Awakened animal. For a ferret? Let me look at these. Actually, let's look at them in context. I usually like to... Space tab, not alt tab. Okay. So... I usually like to look at things here. It's just easier. Running speeds across land, taking run on all fours like a dog, cheetah, run. You can also use 2 legs like a kangaroo or penguin. You have a land speed of 30 feet, and 1 animal attack of your choice. Typically called Jaw Taylor, blah blah blah. Climbing. You're an animal whose limbs are adapted to grab, climb, and brachiate. You might be dexterous, ready to use a tool, like chimpanzee or an otter, or you may simply be a quick climber like a bear, raccoon, or sloth. Land speed of 20, climb speed of 20, and 1 animal attack. Is there burrowing? No. Okay, then it's probably climbing. How good are ferrets at climbing? I said I won't need chrome, but I'm going to go to chrome. Give me 1 second. How good are ferrets at climbing? Probably pretty good, according to Reddit. That's actually pretty good. Not as good as a squirrel, though. Not great, honestly. Most ferrets are good climbing, they have sharp, strong grips. They can help them hold and climb. Ferrets, burrowers. Yes, ferrets were burrowing animals. That's the thing, is I would like a... I'm surprised now that I'm, like, looking into it, that they don't have a burrowing animal here. They have swimming, running, and climbing. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be... outstanding, you know? Like, let me see if there's a burrowing thing. Let's actually just click here, Control F, burrow. Digger, running or climbing heritage. Okay. But that is a level 13 ancestry. So even though, yeah, so that is, I mean, burrowing is powerful. I get it. So that's probably why. More of a balance thing. It needs to be running or climbing, so let's do another look-see and ask, are ferrets better at running or climbing? Ferrets are both good at running and climbing. They enjoy both activities. Okay, so probably either could work. Given the video I saw, personally, I feel like them making an athletics check to climb makes sense. So I'll probably do running. Honestly, it really depends. Which one I choose would honestly depend on which strategy. If I'm going to do an attacking one, then I would probably want to do speed. Because 30 feet is really good, because it allows you to chase things down a lot easier in combat. Whereas climbing would be better if I did a spellcasting class. Because it would allow me to, like, basically get up to places and attack from the walls and stuff, where I'm a lot less susceptible to stuff. I also play a snake. I honestly would... It, like, mentions that it's like, oh, limitless creatures such as snakes might need extra accommodations to work. But I'm like... I can make it work. I think it'd be fun. But I probably won't do it just because it's a stream game and I don't want to get too outrageous. Then again, that can actually be really fun in a stream game to be outrageous. Being like, I want to pick this lock with my fangs. That's kind of bullshit that's really fun in RPGs. Tantus is actually really bad at allowing that kind of stuff. I made my opinion a little bit on Tantus clear as a GM. I feel like he's too rigid in the way he thinks. He doesn't allow for super creative activities. Actually, there's a caveat there. He allows for creative activities as long as they are not mentioned beforehand. It's kind of weird, because I feel like if you surprise him with something, he's more likely to let it work. If you plan something ahead of time, he's more likely to make it fail. It bothers me a bit, but it basically makes me want to keep things close to my chest and not actually tell him my plans, which is not good. I'd much rather share my plans with the GM and have him make it, like, instead of making it, like, fail, or because I think what it is, like, the more time you give him, the more ways he thinks that it can fail, and then he enacts one of them. Whereas if you surprise him, he has a harder time thinking of ways to make it fail. And I get the idea of that. Complications are important in general. But anyway, that's my biggest problem with Candace. Thank you, Benjamin, for following. Anyway, combat. Okay, so if I wanted to go hard on combat, I'd probably need to go all in and go something like fighter, because I'm already going to be at a slight disadvantage. Especially since, actually, fighter might actually be a bad idea, because I can't make use of their key ability, which is reactive strike, because I have unless I get a reach weapon. Hold on. I need to look at some of these. There's a thing about... here we are. Do any of these have reach? Nope. Okay, that's what I wanted to check. So yeah, I don't get reach, so it's a problem. You can pick a cantrip. Obsessed with the artificial construct. Society can't get enough. Current society. As a newcomer, sometimes your understanding is a bit off target. When you fail, you don't critically fail. Right? You learn the correct information, and erroneous information is your the critical failure. You don't have any way to differentiate which is which. You watch your reform scale, you don't become trained in your choice of crafting, medicine, or performance, natural senses, change your sharp animal senses, even after awakening, choose one of the following. Dark vision, echolocation 60 feet, low light vision, scent imprecise. What do they get? You get, awakened form, you will need to speak verbally and stand on 2 legs. You can wear, hold, wield, and use items, which limbs you use to manipulate items, and how many are determined by you and your GM. But for the rules, you function like you're humanoid with 2 hands. Awakening altered your mind. You're no longer an animal, but you can still ask questions of, receive answers from celestials of animals of your kind. By remembering your instincts, you can allow yourself to be affected by spells and other effects, so you're an animal. That's actually fun. I didn't actually think about that. Hold on, I need to look into this. Like... spells. I need to look at spells. Let's just go spell lists, I guess. Primal's probably going to have all of these. Because I feel like there's... like, weird spells that affect animals that could be fun. Pet cache. Like I said, if I could, like, be a... if Tenters would allow me to be someone's familiar, that'd be funny. Blazing Bullet, Cleanse Fiction, Clear Mind, Darkness, Dark Vision, Defense, Spell Magic, for Enlarge, just for creatures, Entangling Flora. See, the one I'm thinking of... oh, wait, that might be a ritual. Yeah. Sound body. Speak with animals, which... so, you know, someone could cast on me and be like, hi. Yeah, I already can speak your language, but sure, this makes it easier. I can chitter at you and no one else can understand. Fire monkeys, haze lightning, mad monkeys, one with stone, plants, thorns. Trying to see if there's fun things that can only be used on animals. Let's go to rituals, because I know there's a ritual I'm thinking of. This animate object, atone, awaken animal, which wouldn't work. Binding circle, call spirit, collect memories, consecrate commune, control weather, create undead, planetary space, geese, plant growth, planetary servitude, primal call. Resurrect, wish, rune trap. No, that's it. There's like an animal messenger. There's animal messenger, isn't there? Let me go back to primal spells. Am I dumb? Did I just miss it? They really should. Oh wait, unless it's in Player Core 2. That could be fun. Animal vision. Heal plants, puffs, smug, notice fate, primal tree, dismantle vial, Reaper's Lantern, Sun Blight, Vomit Swarm Lab, Vision, Familiar's Fate. That, if, again, a fun concept, and I definitely would want to talk to Tantus about this, is if someone else is like a wizard, I could be the familiar, like an awakened animal, but a familiar. Again, I think that'd be hilarious. We could do stuff like this, or just like implant your senses in the void in a familiar. Nothing specifically there. Is it just like a 5th level or 6th level spell? Speak of Stone, Summon Dragon. Form, Chain Lightning, Petrify, Tangle. Don't think it'd be this high. Monstrosity Form. Detonate Magic. Falling Star, Blazing. Isn't there like an animal messenger? I could have sworn there's like an animal messenger. There it is, right here, Primal. How did I miss this? It's spell 2. Food ordinary to yeah, for food, an ordinary animal with a range approaches to eat it. Dang. Okay, that won't work. I think Tantus would argue that I'm not ordinary. I know him well enough to know that would not work. Which is fine, honestly. I'd probably roll the same thing. That's actually kind of a bit of a stretch. Animal vision, though, might work. Target one animal, yeah. So things that, like, target an animal could work. Why is the cat in the air? Cat is supposed to be, like, you know, animating things. Like, the objects just throw the cat in the air. It's funny. Yeah, like that would work. Good to know. I don't think There's a low chance Tantus would allow for the familiar thing. It's just an idea. I'm going to probably plan and prepare as if that's not the case. Because I would argue that if I was, then the player should be able to do... Where's the familiar section? Companions, familiar. Because there's like the base abilities, which are in the pet category. But I think they're listed here? Listed here? Yeah. Familiar abilities, construct. Yeah, because like giving me these would be a lot. Like maybe like we'd have to go through and roll out certain ones, like being able to just give me the construct thing or damage avoidance or anything like that. Would be kind of broken. But the master abilities would totally be fine. Like, you know, because it's basically just giving the caster stuff. But yeah, technically you're allowed to like redo these every day. So like we'd have to go through and figure out which ones are or are not allowed. If he were to allow that. So we'd have to shorten that list. But I'm not going to worry too much about that. So I do get a natural attack. It's a lot less useful on fighter, as I was saying. I'm gonna meander so much today. I can just tell. I'm so unfocused. So all over the place. But also full of energy, which is nice. My one down... Okay, actually... So let me think through this. Let me go back to here. Animist could be fun. They're kind of unique in a weird way. Barbarian... Hold on. They can get reactive strike. They don't need to, which is good. That's why I don't want to do fighter, because like my thought about fighter was, oh right. And I think the awakened animal gets less health if they're... Yeah, 6 if you're tiny or small, 8 if you're medium, 10 if you're large. So yeah, I'd be low on the health end starting. Wrong thing. Here we are. Because I'd want to do unarmed. So they're much more proficient in attacks. Whoops. Who gets proficient in class DCs? Kineticist? Kineticist is the only person who gets legendary in class DCs, it looks like. Interesting. Bard could be funny. Champion. The downside to Champion is they do have a lot of range threat stuff, which would make problems. Like the problem is I have to be an attacker if I'm going to be a fighter type. And even then it's going to have to be like a rogue could actually work real well now I think about it. I could be a skill junkie. Actually, it would kind of fit a ferret, honestly. High perception, high reflex. martial weapons, although I'd probably still use unarmed. Let me look at something like bite. Talon, fist, fangs, claw. Agile, finesse, unarmed. So basically it's either finesse unarmed and does a d6, or it's agile, finesse, unarmed, and does a d4. Although tail gets trip, but... Rogues... Let me look at a rogue. Let me look at a rouge. What does their sneak attack need? I assume it's like a must be agile or finesse. If your strike creature has the off guard condition with an agile or finesse melee weapon, or an agile finesse unarmed attack, a ranged weapon attack, or a ranged unarmed attack. That's a thing? Anyway. You deal an extra 1d6 precision damage. For a ranged attack with a thrown melee weapon, that weapon must also be agile finesse. On the first round of combat, if you roll Deception or Stealth for initiative, creatures that haven't acted are off guard to you. Mastermind, rely on your intellect to craft intricate schemes, planning 10 steps ahead where others might plan 3. You might be a driven detective, a spy master in the service of Powerhouse, or an aspiring crime lord or information broker. If you successfully identify a creature using recall knowledge, that creature is off guard against your attacks until the start of your next turn. If you critically succeed, it's off guard against for 1 minute. You're trained in society in one of the following skills of your choice. Kind of nature, occultism, or religion. You can choose intelligence as your key attribute. Okay. For direct approach, strong arming, or intimidation, you might be an enforcer for organized crime, you can deal sneak attack damage with any weapon, not just the weapon listed as a sneak class feature. This benefit doesn't apply to simple weapons with a damage die greater than D8, or martial or advanced weapons with a damage die greater than D6. Apply any abilities that alter the damage die size first. Roll hits you make with these weapons gain the weapon's critical special effect. Intimidation and medium armor. Choose strength as your key attribute. When you gain light armor, expertise, you gain expert proficiency in medium armor. Yeah, okay. Fast talking, flattery, and silver tongue to avoid danger and escape tricky situations. You might be a grifter, con artist. You might use your skill and certain reputation. You successfully feint. The target is off guard against your melee attacks at the end of your next turn. On a critical success, target is guard against all melee attacks until the end of your next turn. Not just yours. Oh, to all attacks until the end of your next turn, not just yours. Okay. If you feint while wielding an agile finesse melee weapon, you can step immediately after the feint as a free action. Deception, diplomacy, charisma. Nothing beats the thrill of taking something that belongs to someone else. It might be a pickpocket, working the streets, a cat burglar sneaking through the window, or even a consultant testing your client's vaults for openings. When the fight breaks out, you prefer swift, lightweight weapons, and you strike where it hurts. When you attack with a finesse melee weapon or finesse melee unarmed attack, you add your dexterity modifier to damage roll instead of your strength. That's useful. Okay. Plan's coming together. Where's the base I get? Wisdom and Constitution. Rogue feats, first level. Yeah, Rogue gets skill feats every level. They get skill increases every level. After the first. You aren't off guard to hidden, undetected, or flanking creatures of your level or lower. Creatures of your level or lower using surprise attack. However, they can still help their allies flank. How does flanking a tiny creature work? I need to look this up. Hold on. Movement, maybe? When you and an ally are flanking a foe, it's a harder time defending against you. A creature is off guard to melee attacks from creatures that are flanking it. To flank a foe, you and your ally must be on opposite sides of the creature. A line drawn between the center of your space and the center of your ally's space must pass through opposite sides. Additionally, both you and the ally have to be able to act. You must be wielding melee weapons or be able to make an unarmed attack. You can't be under any effects that prevent you from attacking, and you must both have the enemy within reach if you're willing. Oh, tiny creatures and flanking. Tiny creatures usually have reach of 0 and need to be in a creature's space to attack it. This makes a tiny creature unable to flank unless it's able to use a weapon with reach, or has a melee unarmed attack with reach greater than 0. That does limit some things. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. That makes Rogue a lot harder to use. What are other ways of getting off guard? I guess I'd have to get, like, feats and stuff. Granted, you are meant to be a skill junkie. But you're still also meant to hit some stuff. But basically, I wouldn't be able to rely on attacks or flanking, which is, I think, what the main way you're supposed to get off guard for rogues. I guess you could feint as well. There are other things, actually. Successfully tumble through the foe whose space you pass through is off guard against the next attack you make for the enemy. I just had an idea that'd be really fun to play, and that is the rabbit from Monty Python. I forget what it's called. I think it has a name. Oh right, this song. This song, every time there's like a little ding in the background. Every time I hear it, it makes me think my phone's like alarm is going off. It sounds exactly the same as the default alarm on iPhone. It's terrible. Actually, yeah, the mastermind one would be good. I actually like the idea as like a backstory. If I were to do like the mastermind, it's like, I was the crime lord all along. Okay, so that's an option. There are ways to go about it. Basically, thief or mastermind would fit the best. Scoundrel could also work, because that allows fainting. Let me look at fainting and what that does. I know that makes people off guard to you, but it's probably just until the end of your turn. Your current turn, rather than the end of your next turn, is what I would guess. Skills, deception. What was he? Oh, faint, yeah. Trained action. Enemy's defense is entirely off. Your target is off guard against menaces until you attempt it. That you attempt against it until the end of your next turn. Okay, I see. So it kind of shifts these downwards a bit. So you only have to succeed to get the next turn. And if you critically succeed, it's a minute. That is handy. Because basically, if you critically succeed, it's very handy. So other options. Obviously, I mentioned fighter isn't great for the reason of reach. I mean, I guess I could AOP people moving out of the square that I'm currently in, but I couldn't do any lockdowns in any meaningful way. So let's look at Barbarian again. I was planning to look at. Monk could be interesting. I don't think it fits what I would want to do with the character, would be a highly mischievous character. Barbarian's at least amusing. Alchemist would be amusing as well. Could try Investigator. I think this will go fast once I pick a class. Also, something I'm planning on doing is actually going through level 20 with my picks. If I make characters in the future, I'm going to try and do that. Try and get a full suite of synergies. You gain temporary equals to level plus your con mod. 2 additional damage. So additional damage is half to your weapon or unarmed strike is agile. Okay, but not finesse. Finesse means you can use dexterity, right? Let me double check what finesse does. I think it means you can use dexterity. Agile is less penalty to multiple attacks. I'm like 90% sure of that, but it's good to double check. Zoned out there for just a second. Okay, weapons. I was thinking about something, but it was basically a zone out. Finesse. You can use your dexterity mod from strength modifier and attack rolls. Calculate damage using strength. So rage loss for 1 minute. Leave unconscious or until the encounter ends. You try to go first. You can't voluntarily stop raging. When you stop raging, you lose any remaining temporary hit points from rage, and you can't gain temporary hit points from using rage again for 1 minute. You're not encumbered or wearing heavy armor. As long as you are able to move freely, your fury is instinctive and instantaneous. You rage. Yeah, so you can do it at the start of combat, which is nice. Your rage rolls up from dominant instinct. Instinct gives you an ability that requires you to avoid certain behaviors, grants increases damage resistance higher level. Okay. Yeah, let's look at those instincts. Hey, animal instinct. Probably would go with this one. Revere a vicious animal. Animalistic side of your personality, or you might be a descendant from a werewolf or another were creature. Select an animal. Wait, hold on. I was just thinking about the fact that there's the were creature archetype. And my thought is, like, could you do a animal were creature? A awakened animal were creature? Gain the toughness feat, but also weakness to silver equal to half your level. Gain the change shape action. Cannot use weapons, shields, or other held items. In movement speed, unarmed attack, potentially. If you're a beastkin, you can use unarmed attacks from your hybrid shape while you're in your were creature hybrid shape. These ones are otherwise separate. It's not like there's nothing that says okay, yeah. That bear or boar, my rat. A shark. A tiger, werewolf. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. It was a funny idea, though. What's wild mimic? Wild beasts of all kinds can be found outside the city. Friend in combat. The same enemy with two considered melee. Huh. Fighting in the wilds has... Once your understanding of the unique abilities many creatures have, in wild mimic lore, you have legendary proficiency in nature, you gain extra proficiency in wild mimic lore. You can't increase your proficiency in wild mimic lore by any means. When you succeed at wild mimic lore to recall knowledge, you can plus one advanced saving throws. It's the next detect ability that the subject of your recall knowledge is with. The targets you with. Encounter creature. So this is basically able to fight through the deadly wounds, protection, multitudes of world's beasts percent. Created by the Mammoth Lords. Yeah, so basically mimicking. Yeah, so these are like additional feats you can get. I assume like the stances are like if I had to guess, they're monk stuff. Same with the 8th level things. Counts. Yeah, Strident Strike in a single. Yep. That's what I would expect it to be. So, Instinct ability, Specialization at 7th, and Raging Resistance at 9th. While Raging, you gain your chosen animal's unarmed attack, but you're unable to use weapons. Specific attack gained, the damage it deals, and its traits are listed in Animal Instinct table. Attacks are in the Brawling group. Your rage action gains the Morph and Primal traits. Increase the damage die size for unarmed attacks granted by your chosen animal by 1 step. And increase the total damage from rage from 2 to 5 for your chosen animal's unarmed strikes. If you have greater weapon specialization, increase the damage from rage from 5 to 12 for your chosen animal. And then you resist piercing and slashing. While raging, you can increase the additional damage from rage from 2 to 4, change the damage type to match that of your instinct's Dragon Breath, instead of damage type for weapon or unarmed attack. If you do this, your rage action gains the trait matching your Dragon's Instinct tradition, as well as the trait matching the damage type when applicable. Use Draconic Rage, you increase the additional damage from rage from 4 to 8. If you have greater weapon specialization, increase to 16. Just piercing and the damage type of your Dragon Breath. Use your rage as you choose. Increase your additional damage from rage from 2 to 3. You gain bonus first level Barbarian feat. And it goes to 13. Giant Spirit. Superstition. Okay. It's a fun idea to be a little raging weasel. I think a barbarian rabbit would be amazing, and I would totally do that as Little Rabbit. I could also look into Swashbuckler. Do you have to use a weapon for Swashbuckler? Normally gain panache in combat. Precise strike. Okay, no, you can use an armed attack. Yeah, so you can use an unarmed attack. Fancy Weasel. I'm not seeing it. I think Barbarian or Rogue fit a lot better. I'm either thinking just like a Mink, which is just like a little tiny ball of rage, or, you know, a little thief running around. I think both would work pretty well. From there, let's see what bloodlines a sorcerer can have. So you have Hag, Fey, Elemental, Draconic, Diabolic, Angelic, Demonic, Aberrant. Elemental is probably Primal, yeah. Fey is also Primal. I'm not seeing it, honestly. I don't see Oracle either. I'd be very curious about little Alchemical Weasel. Would be amazing. You get a lot of... Yeah, so your whole thing here is formulas and stuff. Mutagenist. You get temporary hit points. Temporary hit points last for 1 minute until the mutagen duration expires, whichever comes first. You can't gain temporary HP from drinking mutagen again for 1 minute. You can drink the contents of one of your versatile vials. Those drawbacks you take from one mutagen currently affecting you. Do bombs. Honestly, I'd probably do bomber if I went with this. I think it'd be basically you just throw a bunch of bombs. I think it'd be really kind of fun. With the splash trait, you can cause the bomb to deal splash damage equal to your intelligence modifier minimum 1 instead of normal amount. Okay, for this, I want to look up Nethys. Equipment. Chemical items. Traits. Bomb, right? Yeah. Acid Flask, Alchemist Fire. Actually, I'm curious a little bit. Yeah, so you can do Strike with a Versatile Vial. I need to look at the Versatile Vial thing. You know how to prepare fast-acting chemicals into versatile vials, special items that can be used as bombs and be turned into other upcoming items by introducing special reagents. During your daily preparations, you can create a number of versatile vials, up to 2 plus your intelligence modifier, which is also your maximum number of vials. For below your maximum number, you can gather reagents from the environment around you. For every 10 minutes you spend in exploration mode, you gain 2 vials. This doesn't prevent you from participating in other exploration activities. Versatile vials are infused items and are destroyed if not used by the next time you make your daily preparations. The vial you create is always the highest type you could craft. See the sidebar for sticks when using versatile vials as a bomb. Yeah, okay, here we are. Ice type you can craft. See sidebar, you can use files to quick alchemy, see below. And you could research fields add to your... Okay. You can use your versatile vial to make another alchemical consumable at a moment's notice, or create an especially short-lived versatile vial. Any effect created by an item made with quick alchemy that would have duration longer than 10 minutes lasts for 10 minutes instead. Create consumable. You expend one of your versatile vials to create a single alchemical consumable item of your level or lower that's in your formula book. You don't have to spend a normal monetary cost if the alchemy raw material or need to attempt a crafting check. This item has an infused trait, but it remains potent only until the start of your next turn. You need only 1 formula for an item to create. Okay. This is kind of nice, because quick alchemy means you can create health potions, arguably. And versatile that can be used only as a bomb, or for the versatile vial option from your research field. So it has the infused trait, remains potent until the end of your next or current turn. Actually, I'm curious about something. Let's go here. We have weapons. Pretty sure Splash is on here. I want to look at that real fast. No? Okay, aren't like bombs on here? Chemical bomb varies, bomb varies. Oh, 292. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's the alchemical section, which is a little bit lower under gear. Chemical gear. Yeah, acid flask and alchemist fire. Mm-hmm. You can choose to treat as one special material of choice. Chosen from adamantine, gold, iron, silver. If you're wearing, okay. Here's a splash on your bombs to damage creatures within 10, 15 feet if you have the expanded splash. There's too many good options. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make them all. So, my thoughts. There's one more that I wasn't mentioning, but I was thinking of as well. But I already understand it enough. Actually, oh my gosh, I was about to say wizard. But imagine a witch with a familiar same size as it. I love the idea. So basically, these follows the items I was thinking of. You have straight up attacker, which kind of falls under both barbarian or rogue. But rogue's more of a, sneak in hit kind of thing. Like, it's your function in combat, but you're mostly an out of combat person. Then you have, I think, witch or wizard, which both can have familiars, actually, now I think about it. But yeah, witches and wizards are very similar. Well, sorry, I should say they're very similar as far as their, like, base proficiencies go. Their big difference is obviously their feats and their, like, spells and a few other things like that. Are hexes... I'm gonna look up. I'm assuming hexes are focus spells. These cantrips are specials that don't cost focus points. Okay. Yeah, hex... Okay. So there's a whole thing with focus spells for witches. So they probably have a lot. Where's focus? Focus spells. Witch hex spells. Cackle, there it is. First off, you prolong magical effect, you sustain a spell. So you can sustain as a free action. Which... Interesting. If you use all 3 focus points, You could be a summoning machine. Because the downside to summoning is that it's a 3-action to cast, but you need 1 to sustain. So once you summon 1, you can't do a 3-action sustain again, or a 3-action cast again. But you can, with 3 focus points, you can summon. Cackle, and summon again, and then cackle, and summon again, and then use your 3 actions from then on to sustain all of your summons. So you basically double your actions, but also leave you a sitting duck, because from then you just do sustain. Those are 3 actions. You can't move, you can't do anything else, but you now have 3 summons, which is very interesting. It's a lot of resources to pour into one combat, but could be very interesting. Well, I need to go to the bathroom, so we're gonna think about this while we take a break. Let me go. Break. Also, I should be getting my animations soon. I actually have, like, break animations. I'll probably still have, like, my chair in, like, a corner. But, like, I have break screens, starting screens. Should be coming soon. I should actually figure out what's going on with that. Alright, I'll be back. Okay. Back a bit early. I almost closed OBS. I don't know why it would do that. Go back to here. Like, my brain was like, okay, I'm back. Time to exit the program, and I don't know. My brain was weird. I also got some candy corn. It's just a tiny base of a candy corn. Oh, hey, apparently it's, you can't. What's this word here? Range. 100 feet. Anyway, sorry, I'm having too much fun with that. Yeah, so apparently, candy corn have the right color. Technically, I have... Yeah, my green screen is oddly, like, yellowish. So that's probably why. It's good yellow-green. I have some slight variation, obviously, so that way it can be seen. Let's know not to wear yellow. So I want to look at something. Under spells. Nope. Spell rules. Sidebar on traits. It has the minion trait. If it tries to cast a spell, move no longer high, the spell summoned it. It requires a summoning magic, causing its own spell to fail and the summoned spell to end. Spawn or other creature generated. If it's unclear, let's see this be. Okay. Okay. And minion. Freedom companion. Minion. Sustain. Not otherwise specified, you issue a command. You sustain the effect. Oh! So it doesn't end if you don't sustain. It just, it can't do anything. Okay. That's good to know. So you can actually summon 3 things anyway. They just have to stand around for a turn. But Cackle lets you continue to use them. Spells. I'm looking for the section on sustain now. If a spell disrupted during sustain action, the spell immediately ends. Oh wait, there might be other rules about sustain, which might... Spell duration sustains use your action unless you use the sustain action. That's why. So, if it has to be sustained... I just got this chair... Well, I just built this chair like a month ago, and it's already so squeaky. Maybe I need to screw something in better. Okay, that's why. Okay, yeah, so... As part of sustaining, you issue commands, but it still needs to be sustained or else it's lost. That's why. That's important. So. Get familiar. Familiar would be so funny. Love the idea of it. Whistles don't require spell slots, blah blah. Here you get familiar abilities based off your tradition. Warm and soft to wash away worries. When you cast or sustain a hex, when rolling creature within 15 feet gains temporary hit points equal to 2 plus half your level, which lasts until the start of your next turn. Yeah, so Witch... I might go for Witch over Wizard. Because even though you can get familiar as a Wizard, the idea of, like, a mischievous little animal and its mischievous little companion animal that both worship, like, I don't know, a devil would be hilarious. Yeah, patrons. Okay, so... Divine, your patron's like a divine being, an angel aeon. Possibly exists might be more sinister into using you to unknown ends. Unscrubbable one. No words pass your patron's lips in the moment you met. Instead, words and glyphs dance through the skin. A symbol of the number swarm. Your patron might be a powerful archmage or even one of their abandoned artifacts. Search for a successor. Single feeling radiated from your patron the moment you met them as palpable as heat from a fire. The desire to see every tall poppy felled, and every proud nail hammered down, whether to righteous bring justice for small folk or the base urge to see the powerful defeated. Bitter cold heralded your patron's appearance. Patron may be a winter hag, ice yai, or other spirit of the cold, but one thing is clear: ice. Patron in memory. Their voice cooking trees, sound hoof against Ferret may have been dryad, queen, primeval beast. All nature. So it's interesting. Fiction has taught you the complexity of his nonverbal speech, letting you influence and call animals and plants to you. You gain the wilding word hex cantrip. Your familiar learns the choice of summon animal or summon plant or fungus. Familiar has glittering eyes, twitching ears, or some other sign of the beast's powerful sense. When you cast or sustain a hex, your familiar gains your choice of an imprecise scent, tremor sense, or wave sense. At the start of your next turn, and can immediately point out as a free action. So, which was the wilding word? Here's Majesty. Yeah, how do these cantrips work? Probably up in the witch section. Growl from your throat, making other creatures reluctant to harm you. Target must will save if the creature is an animal or fungus or plant. It takes minus a circumstance penalty. Critical success. Your target is unaffected. Correcting him an attack roll skill check that would harm minus 2 status penalty. A success, but the target also becomes sickened each time it damages you. As failure, but the sickened value is 2. Fun. Let's go back up to which... That's a wizard. So, oh right, that's what I wanted to look up, how the cantrips work, the focus cantrips. Don't cost focus points, so you can cast them as often as you like, but you can still use only one hex each round. Okay, you can only use one hex around, so you can't do the sustain thing, like I said, to get 3 summons, you can only get 2. I guess that's fair. What is, the Core Lady's cantrip? Because they, like, have these examples. But I'm curious what, like, the core person is supposed to be. I guess whatever they want them to be. Well, let's get going on the creation. Oh, and I need to turn back on... There's Foundry. I need to create a button for that. That's not what I wanted to do. I was trying to Alt-Tab myself to... something on my nose. I can see it. You ever get this little skin... You know, like when you get like a... scratch yourself and it kind of creates a little scab, but it's like kind of those like super thin scabs, and then like they start to fray and they stick up. That's what I was seeing. So duplicate. Duplicate. Witch, wizard, witch, rogue, barbarian, swap, no. Witch, wizard, rogue, witch, rogue, barbarian, alchemist, that's the last one. Okay. Let's start with witch. Ah, circus animals. You can the skill feat Titan Wrestler. The funny thing about Titan Wrestler. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to get Titan Wrestler if I pick Barbarian. Because it literally means I can grapple normal-sized people, which is a funny concept. I love it. Anyway. Is there anyone that gets... What gets animal companions? Ranger can get an animal companion. I don't think they get as good as a druid. Hold on. Yeah, they can get animal companion at first level. Yeah, they can. Additional master, mature animal. Okay, so they can actually get. Okay, so Ranger can also get an animal companion. Anyone else get an animal companion? I don't think anyone else, like, just gets one. Maybe Barbarian can. But I doubt they'd... Because I saw an animal companion with someone else, but I remember it was like you couldn't get as... You got it later, you couldn't get as high. I don't remember who it was. But I was also always just go for the Beastmaster. If I have more than one animal companion, you gain the call companion action. Gain the Beastmaster focus spell. I'm trained in the spell, attack modifier, and DC statistics. Animal companion. Oh no, Beastmaster. In the service of an animal companion. Contrary to usual rules. Yeah, okay. Then you can get mature. Mature companion. Specialized. These senses, you attempt perception check using your perception, but you share special senses with the target. So, here's the thing. It is kind of worth it, if I wanted to just get a companion. You can have a pet and a companion, right? There's not a rule against that. I don't think so. I think the big thing is just one. You can have one of each normally. Let me look at the companion rules. Okay, let's look at the specialized and then familiar. In the pet feat, common echoes, familiar bats, blah blah blah. Perception acrobatics and stealth, you can have your familiar use your spellcasting attribute modifier plus your level instead of 3 plus level if it's higher. I'm curious. No. Yeah, that'd be all the way at the bottom. Sorry, I'm thinking of something. I don't want to give it away quite yet. What's that section on clearing menagerie? That's not what I want. My runs? Yeah, animal companions. You can get a mongoose. They're kind of like. They're a type of ferret. They're in the ferret family. And then you get advanced companions, which would be fun. Yeah, rocks start out huge. So imagine having a mongoose companion, a ferret familiar, and then like being a ferret. And you're just like the weasel crew. Oh my gosh, I have so many fun ideas. This is the worst part about trying to make characters, is how many ideas I have. Or, sorry, generating a bunch of ideas. I'm not someone who just builds a bunch of characters and like, man, I wish I could use all these characters. I actually got over that pretty quickly. But when making a character, all the options are what get me, like, intrigued. Be 1, 2, 3, 4 feats, which isn't horrible. Nimble or savage, and then specialized. How does specialization work? Doesn't that come after this section or before? Oh yeah, advancement. Specialize. Yeah. Ambusher, bully, daredevil, racer, yeah. So if you want a full animal companion, that's what you need to do. I'm gonna look at wizard real fast, because the witch gives you a familiar. The wizard, do you get a pick? That's the example one. I didn't mean to do that one, but boundary. One of them for familiars. Unless I'm thinking of something else. There's the schools. Oh, and then there's... Wait. Oh, the bond is what I was thinking of, which I guess is after schools. No? Oh yeah, the bonded item is what it is. Do you have to... Oh, wait, it's up here is the one I'm thinking of. Staff, spell, familiar. Your thesis is what I'm thinking of. Do you always get a familiar? Initial proficiencies, was it spellcasting? Spellbook. Fine-tuning magic that spawns a wizard. Gain a familiar wizard feat. Your familiar gains an extra ability. Gains additional extra ability when you reach 6th, 12th, and 18th level. Connection to familiar alters your arcane bond class feature so that you store your magical energy in your familiar rather than an item you own. You gain the Drain Familiar as a free action to store a Drain Bond item. Drain Familiar can be used anytime an ability would allow you to use a Drain Bond item, and functions identically except that you draw magic from your familiar instead of an item. Yes. These are separate. Turn your magic past the universe to focus beyond something. Yeah, so you get some stuff. You don't have a set curriculum, and you don't have curriculum spells, and can't benefit from abilities that specifically affect them. Instead, you get an additional first level wizard class feat, and you add one first ring spell. So basically, you don't get focus spells because you don't have the curriculum. Flash forward to neck, focus on resolving matter. Another shape, time, allowing to polymorph, seed into a vine, a human into a beast. Let's go and look at protein form. Where's spells? Here we are. Focus spells, wizard. Throws a biology into disarray, including nausea, fever. Target is unaffected, sickened 2, and slowed 1. Change your body to better suit the moment. You gain one of the following abilities of your choice. You can dismiss the spell. You gain 10-foot stats bonus to your speed. You gain climb or swim speed equal to half your speed. You gain dark vision. A pair of claws that are agile, finesse, unarmed attacks that deal 1d8 slashing. You gain scent. Problem is with things like this, wizards tend to have very poor combat abilities. But it is a fun idea. Mentalism. Applied magic, one fruits of arcane studies. Battle magic. Sustain. Summon whirling energies. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah. Let's go with the boundary. Your magic past the universe. Forces beyond summoning spirits. Okay, so summoning. Let's fortify summoning. I'm actually not curious about that. Battle magic. Boundary. There we are. You can call a creature to your side. Your magic transforms its body. And for us recording its resilience, the target gains plus and stats with all checks and DCs, including its AC, for the duration of summoning up to 1 minute. Okay, so it just empowers the summon. Oh my gosh. Summon, animal companion, familiar. Do I want to be the pack animal? The best part is I could focus on summon animal. Let me look at summon animal real fast. Enemies in the area are frightened and can't reduce their frightened value below 1. Interesting. Not quite what I'd go for, though. The summoning is neat, but I probably wouldn't waste the feat to get the other one. I now need to look at summoning. I'm probably going to end up building the character tomorrow because, geez, I'm already 2 hours in and I haven't done anything. It's fun to look around. And ideate. That was a weird inhale. Probably shows I need a drink. What was I looking for? Summon animal. I'm curious how good that spell is. Summoning spells are a little weird to me. Wizard, skills, spells. S. I'm basically going to see the summon sidebar and then I'll know I'm on the right track. There we go. Subconscious, summon animal. Oh, right. Summoning's different. I was thinking of transformation. So it's just summon an animal of a certain rank. Which ain't bad. I want G. Well, that's not fun. This doesn't do what I want at all. So we're gonna go over here. Here we are. Game Mastery Creatures. We're gonna do new tab. I have a giant weasel. Mink? They have a giant mink? Doesn't look like it. I'm not even sure what's coming up here. What am I thinking of? Ferret? There's also ferrets. What was the creature here I was looking at before? Mongoose, that's the other one. Well, dang. But if I use a first level spell, I can just summon a weasel. Actually, I'm curious. The level was again? At different points? Second level, it's 1. Anyway. It's an interesting idea. Let's go for it. Minimize you. Actually, turn Foundry back on. Let's go Wizard first. So it will be Wizard. They're like an anti-magical. Turn more skill of your choice. It can't be the magical subject. Whenever you're affected by magic, even your own or that of an ally, you regenerate that must attempt a flat DC 3 check. On a failure, the magic doesn't affect you, though it still has normal effects on anything else, on anyone else. What's this? The magic affects you, and there's no need to attempt a flat check for the same magical effect, even if it affects you again later. Interesting. Let's go no. It's a fun idea, but sometimes having something that literally just is outright terrible for you is not great. We need to go back to the books. Does Half the Wild have backgrounds? I don't think it does. Spells, ranger options, witches, bards. That's a fun concept. Beastmaster. Oh yeah, this is like one beast. That's a little bit... Oh, this advances the Beastmaster archetype. Yeah, okay. So there's extra options. So is the Spirit of the Beast focus spell? Huh. Okay, so we're gonna go... So we're basically gonna do Summoning Wizard. So this will be my wizard concept, is basically 1,000 companions. Summoning, Animal Beastmaster, Familiar, and Main. Just a bunch of tiny animals running around. That's the idea. So... yeah. Or should that be my witch idea? Same kind of thing, honestly. I think witch would actually be better for that idea. Wizard might be better just to be a straight spellcaster. Okay, we're gonna do a witch. I like the devious weasel idea. Always getting into trouble. Yeah, so we're gonna switch to witch. I think witch will be better. For the ability to sustain and summon, I could literally command an animal. So I could literally do what I was just saying about having a bunch of things fighting for me, because I can cackle to sustain and then cast another summon. I have 2 summons and then command an animal. Sustain, command. Pretty good. So we'll get on that. Yeah, it's under Ancestries. Okay. Bandit could be fun. Different creatures. Let me choose train animal. Let's be real. For this thing, Animal Whisperer. What's Animal Wrangler? Oh yeah, that's the one that is the Titan Wrestler. Animal Whisperer. Which... So select a patron. Right. So which one would be a good one for... What are lessons? Oh yeah, something else. Faith, which is divine. Resentment, which is occult. Scribe Bone, which is arcane. Snow is primal. Memory. Powerful. Discern secrets, hex. Infamiliar learns runic weapon. Covering patterns that look similar to letters in an unknown language. One that seems to draw attention. You cast or sustain a hex. The letter begins to rapidly change, causing a distraction until start of your next turn. Familiar can provide flanking for you and your allies as though we're able to attack and had a reach of 5 feet. Bitter cold. Chilling ice. Gust of wind. When you cast or sustain a hex, you can cause ice to form a 5-foot burst on a square. For familiar space, those squares are difficult terrain until the start of your next turn. Oh wait, summon animal. Okay, well, we have the one we want. On a wild thing. No reason to do any of those right now. So let's edit this. So I need int as a witch. Which means I want to do the alternate boost. Let's be real. The index. What? I get both? Oh no, you get one and then one of your choice. Probably charisma. Let's be real. If I'm playing a Tantus game, Tantus never gets anyone else who wants to talk. I'm always the one who talks. Which is a good point to make. Nah, I'd rather be a little bit split. That's more whatever it would be. Feats. Okay. Let's figure out... Oh, shit. I thought I minimized it. Oh, well. I was just picking, basically, these. And attributes, which I did. I should show it. Because I apparently am dumb. Yeah, I did Dex, Int, Charisma, Boost, and then those. So. Let's go Howl of the Wild. Nope. Awakened Animal. Ancestry feats. Awakened Animal lore is interesting. Fascinated by Society is also interesting. Awakened Magic could be good. Big Flight can't do. Learn by watching. I think natural senses is the best, honestly. Tooth and claw, if I'm not going to be up in the fight, it's not worth it. You're So Cute is also pretty awesome. You're So Cute. I'm going for You're So Cute. Where's my feeds? Oh, they are. I really need to do this. Go away, just for the simplicity of figuring all this out. There we go. Wait, why don't I have the ability to select a lesson? Oh, okay. So you have to get... Each lesson grants you a hex and teaches you from your new spell. The spell can prepare using your witch spellcasting. You gain this... Okay, that's why. Okay, let's do proficiencies. So I get those, but I also get a number equal to my intelligence, which is 4. Let me double check this. Trained in 1 skill determined by your patron. A number of additional skills equal to 3 plus your int mod. 3 plus. Got it. And I assume nature was my... yeah. Then I have performance. Wait. I got nature from that. Then I also got nature from my other thing. So I actually have one more of my choice. Because Animal Whisperer... probably Forest Lore, let's be real. Yeah. Let's do society. That's 1. Arcana. That's 2. Forest Lore. You really should start trained. I don't know why you'd put a lore skill on there if you're not trained in it. Actually, you really should do untrained lore. But then again, maybe not. Crafting is a good one. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I get 1 more, and then 4 more. So, I should have... Where did I get the performance one? Was that the ancestry? I trained in performance, yeah. Okay. So, just for counting. Background. Ancestry. And... Patron. Then 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. This is a lot. Now let's go one by one. So we're gonna go 2. Oh wait. Let's go back to 1. Spellcasting. Prepared. Primal. Intelligence. So I need to look at how this goes. From spells you're printing out, perfect spells are available until you cast them. Spells, mutations might rhyme. You just use your fingers point, complex foods. Might even echo your words or movements slightly. Your patron's magic surges. If I do this, it's going to be intricate dances between me and my familiar. Prepared spells remain available until you cast them. Some spells. Spell attacks. You fill the slots with strong versions of lower rank spells. Cantrips, familiar. Familiar source and positive of your patron bestows upon you. Familiar starts off knowing 10 cantrips, 5 first level spells, and 1 additional spell determined by your patron's initial lesson. You choose those spells from the common spells of the tradition. Each time you gain a level, your patron teaches your familiar 2 new spells at any rank for which you have spell slots. Chosen from common spells. Learning spells. Your familiar can learn new spells independently of your patron. You can learn a new spell on your tradition list by physically consuming a written version of the spell over the course of 1 hour. This can be a scroll, or you can prepare a written version using learned spell expiration. Okay. So it's 10 cantrips and 5 first level. So cantrips. Let's be real, it has to be common. And as for sources, I usually just go for a core and core 2. Oh, the wild doesn't have any. We'll get to the other ones soon. Wait. Yeah, primal. one creature. So it's not self. Oh no, you make an attack. Okay, so it's a melee attack. Melee spell attack. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Not with a reach of 0. Guidance isn't bad. Plus 1 bonus to 1. Attack roll, some check or saving throw. Target chooses which. Target uses the bonus, spell ends. You can only do it on one person once per hour. That's kind of annoying. It's still a decent spell. Prestidigitation is fun. So we're doing that. Place a magic sigil. Sigil's one of those fun ones. Do I want to focus on something? Detect magic is one of the good ones. There's a few you always want to know. Then we'll do... Ignition's pretty good. Electric Arc. Frostbite. Do they not get the one where you can, like, amplify voice? Probably not. That's probably Divine and Arcane or something. Maybe Occult. Those ring spells now. Oh yeah, get summon animal. That one's actually always prepare. Oh no. 5 plus 1. Yeah, plus the 1. So I get summon animal. Extra runic body is a good idea if I'm going to do an animal companion. Heal's just nice. I need charm. I feel like Ant Hall's a good idea, given the fact that I'm a tiny creature. Plus 30 feet to speed. That's actually pretty good. Yeah. Close that. Not going to worry about actually repairing them. I mean, I get 5 and what, like 2? I think to start. Actually, I really should consider. Well, that's why I'm doing the buffing one. Runic Body. Is there a yeah, there's lots of stuff here. The one that lets you here they are. Basically, the equivalent to Runic Body is like... Oh wait, Runic Body gives you bonus to... Runic Weapon is the... No, it's, there's Runic Body. Tailwind. Yeah, so it's like plus 30 for 1 minute. Or yeah. Or plus 10 for 1 hour. Both are good. I need a clumsy. Is that the one I want? Okay, so let me look at my... I did guidance, which is a buff, which is good. Yeah, so I can buff my... whatever. Prestidigitation is just a fun one. Reador is just a fun one. Oh, yeah. It's more utility. Sigil is also utility. Spout gives off guard. Yeah, basic reflex, off guard if critically fails. So it's more of a damage with a chance of off guard, which isn't bad. Frostbite gives weakness 1 to bludgeoning. Not actually great for my team. So let's actually get rid of you. Electric Arc is just straight damage, which is fine. Same with Ignition, I think. Yeah, it's just persistent damage. Okay, so there might be a better... than Frostbite. But I don't want to go so hard on electricity. That's another persistent damage one. Stabilize might be a good idea. Vitality Lash, Enfeebled, which is strength, right? Yeah. Caustic Blast, I think, is persistent damage. Yep. I like the idea that it's vitality damage. Although it does, when creature does undead or otherwise had void healing, yeah. That's the only downside to it, actually. But I did get Tanglevine. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, Scatter Screes is 2d4 poisoning. The ground in the area becomes difficult terrain. Interact to clear a square. That could be nice. Yell Blast. Push. Yeah, we're gonna do Gale Blast actually, because that's damaging and pushing. Small amount of damage, but the important part is that you can move people. So yeah, I think Gale Blast is better. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's not do Thunderstrike. Let's look at spells again. And let's get rid of Uncommon, because I can't just pick those. Chilling Spray, 15-foot cone. So, lower speed. Fear isn't bad. It might be nice to have a will save. Mystic Armor might be good. Yeah, actually, Mystic Armor. I need Mystic Armor. Forgot about protecting myself. I'm so selfless. Yeah, so basically don't start with any combat first rank spells, which is fine. The idea is to summon and then send things in. Okay. Now let's go to level 2. Let me also double check. Yep, 2, then 3. And it's that progression. If I were actually going to play this character, I would not. Time is it? Okay. I've got plenty of time. So, it's probably best starting out. I will get Cackle. Can I start with a feat? No. Oh, that is one thing. Familiar. Should also name this character. Weasley. Trying to think of a good name is always hard. Nick Fury, no. Fury Us. No. Fury Us. I need something actually that's like... I also just realized that I forgot to do the thing again. To minimize this, so you can see what I'm doing. Just trying to think of a name. I made the familiar and then I tried to think of a name. But I have an idea. Silly pet names. Go away. I have an idea. So, if the idea was like I was a pet before I was awakened, my name is Noodle Dog. No, better. Noodle Cat. Most people call me Noodle. That is going to be a fun. I love this. The silliness of this is wonderful. So familiar. A weasel. Specifically a ferret. I want a second ferret. It might be good to have a mixture of animals, but all in the like weasel family, like a mink. I'm not going to worry too much about familiar abilities, but I do want to add... Keen Sense. Minks are good swimmers, so I'd probably do this. Oh, wait. Hold on. I just remembered that there's actually a list of animals. Where are there? Do I actually have lists of animals? It just kind of says things. Oh, I think I'm thinking of the pet section. The pet actually lists, I think, a few animals. Like, their base statistics. There's feats. Meaning against action during turn. If you command animal action, command it. Yeah. Because minks are more, if I remember correctly, they hunt. Minks, good swimmers. Swimming. Minks are great swimmers. Yeah, they have webbing between their toes. Yeah, I was pretty certain of that. I'd probably choose to instead have an aquatic pet, which breathes in water, air, and an aquatic trait, and land speed, and swim speed. So I'd basically need to give it amphibious. Even though it's not technically amphibious. I mean, the base abilities really should be... Let's do this, minimize. And we're going to do amphibious, so it gets that swim speed. Then fast movement. No sense. So I get 4 abilities, technically 5, because... Does it count towards extra? Feats. Gains an extra ability. Yeah, so that one does not count. It's just a unique ability. And it doesn't gain more extra abilities. It just gains extra abilities. So yeah, so the first one is just a free extra ability. Doesn't count it on that though, because I think familiars generally get 4 to start. Pets get 2, familiars get 4. Best movement land would probably be a good idea. And honestly, familiar focus is just really good for a witch. That's the 4. Okay. So the question is, oh, I did forget actually. Focus. Intelligence. Primal. Great. You move. There we go. There we are. Focus. First. Primal. Which? There we go. Which is the one I start with? I'm still on this page. I keep doing that. Wilding Ward. Where is Wilding Ward? Oh wait, it's the cantrip, that's why. I think that's why it's getting confused. Cantrip. Wilding Word. Do I also gain another one? Which lessons? No. So Cackle is an important one for me. I do plan to get that. So at level 2, I would get... Oh wait, equipment. Jeez, I keep forgetting stuff. What, you start with 150 gold or 150 silver? Nice. Help. 15 gold pieces. It's also good. Oops. I'm gonna do the kit first. Which costs 15 silver. Okay, I'm just gonna convert all into silver. I did add. And that's going to be 150 minus 15. Fuck. Go away. Okay. So it mentions basic. Weapon would be like a sickle, adventurous pack. Healer's toolkit would be a good idea. Should probably be equipment. Five GP. What? Why did that add? There we go. So now I could do minus 50. I don't think healers... Alright, you can always buy things sized for yourself. The only problem is when I pick up things sized for other people. It's another good item to have. Yeah. Sometimes you just need to look like an animal. Let's be real. I mean, there's a collar here. Yes. How much was the leash? 1 silver, so minus 2 silver. It's not worth even buying a weapon. I'm kind of curious about cookware, but the idea of, like, cookware is that it doesn't have a description. What is this from? Does this give me the role location? No, it's just compendium. It must be in the core, though. Because it's actually, yeah, it's got to be in the core because it's right here. Adventuring gear. Does it have a description for cookware? No. I'm gonna put fine clothing on the list. No, it counts as equipped by being held, not worn. That's funny. Review to like the container. Let's be real. My character will be a weasel. Or a ferret. Fine was 2 gold, right? Yeah. I still think this would be a funny idea for my character to be like, so that's minus 4 gold, which is 40 silver. Animal bed. I need another one. Add tiny. That way, both my eventual animal companion. How much is this? So 1 silver each, so 2 silver. Not sure what else I would want. Animal blind is the... Actually, isn't there like a familiar satchel? So the funny idea I have is that someone could carry me around in this. That's for future. If I didn't want to have the terrible disguise... You look at mask. Also, let's do level filter 1. Probably just, or I could save some money with an ordinary mask and then go for the pet carrier. $20 minus $50. I'm curious about something, actually. Jeez, I've been streaming for a long time. I really should end soon. But mink versus ferret size. Minks are larger than ferrets. Mink ferrets. Something else, maybe? Let's actually tell me what these are. Tier Zoo. I need to watch more of them. Yeah, that's just difference. Does this explain which one's which? Okay. Well, I can look more into that later. But suffice to say, they are a bit larger. Which I think is hilarious. Anyway. Add 2 gold. So I'm probably going to have that left over. But bleed fine, clothing. I'll go with ordinary clothing. It's 2. Be minus 2 silver. And then minus 1 silver for 2 masks. There we go. If you're wondering what the point of that is, the idea would be that I could, like, disguise myself and the mink as both as, like, the same. So just get the same clothing and be like, actually, it's a good point. Only 1 familiar satchel is necessary, although I'd probably give it to someone else to carry, even though technically it should be sized for medium. Persons, that way it can be worn. What's my bulk at? I mean, I need another collar. Just another silver and another leash. Which does remind me that the leashes should technically be sized medium as well. There we go. There's my weird eclectic set of junk. Did I buy the... No, I need to buy an leash and collar, so that's minus 2. There we go. That is my incredibly weird equipment list. I love this. Hold on. I'm going with the idea that, like, whoever named me was like, again, my thought for this would be that I was a pet that somehow got awakened. I think this would be great. Most people would just call me Noodle, but my full name would actually be Noodle Cat the Glorious Shrieker. You know, like, people name their pets like weird titles. That's the idea. Oh, there's encumbrance. The nice thing about a familiar is I don't think you need rations for it, because it's a magical creature. Now, we level up to 2. We'll do level 2, and then I'll probably be done. I'll probably do more next time. But level 2, you get a class feat. And a skill feat. Let's do this. I get the pet feat. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a hilarious idea, but I probably won't. I'd rather not, I guess. Weasel family. Stoat, Ferret, Martin, Weasel, Wolverine. Oh, wow. The Musclewood family has a lot more. Otter, Sable, Mink. So Weasel is a specific... Interesting. Mongoose not on here? Are mongoose weasels? Okay. Big is a mongoose. Okay, they are kind of big. I can see why they're not related. Yeah, there it is. This is more like a meerkat. Anyway. Same. Okay, I think we're going to be done here. I know I said I'd do the other thing, but it's now 1:30. I need to get going. So that way I can go for a walk and stuff before. So, thank you all very much for watching. If you liked, you can follow. If you really liked, you can subscribe. If you need more convincing, I will be here tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. PDT. If you're on YouTube, catch another video over here. I'm gonna have to get used to which directions I point for things, because technically things flip depending on which scene I'm in. I guess should fix that, make them all the same. Again, nah, who knows. Yeah, I'll make more characters. So, until next time, bye. Where's my stop button? There it is.